Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Home Field Locks. We hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. We were supposed to film, but life got in the way. But we're back now for a great week of college hoops. I'm Danny here with Gavin and Logan. How was your guys' Thanksgiving?
Solid Thanksgiving. Good football. So good Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Feast
pretty
week.
good, pretty good.
Yep. So we got college basketball today, but first we're gonna recap. This was from our last show. It's been a bit kind of refreshing. I remember I got destroyed on the Wisconsin pick. You guys had BYU, so hand up there. That was brutal, but I got you guys on Iowa State. You guys had St. John's,
hmm
which Iowa State is rolling right now.
Yeah,
They
they
look
are.
good. Apparently, I did good on college football, which I'm just noticing.
Yeah, it was
I
a good feast week. I mean, I know it's not we didn't end up picking the game just because it happened later, but kind of I personally have to put my hand up accountability. Michigan, man, holy shit, that was an unbelievable feast. It's probably the best feast week ever. Like that was
yeah,
unbelievable.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about I was gonna say name like one winner and one loser from that week that's not Michigan.
That's not Michigan. I
Yeah.
mean, Iowa State was impressive. They kind of got screwed out of a
That
um
format was all-time
so
stupid.
stupid. It was so dumb.
All-time stupid, man.
I mean, it's so overwhelmingly Michigan just because how friggin' well they played.
Yeah.
I was blown out of the water. It was unbelievable. Um,
Do you want to go loser then? Do you have one of mine?
I don't necessarily have a loser. I mean, unfortunately, they lost to Kansas, but I was liking what Tennessee was doing.
Yeah.
As my, I mean, they impressed me beating Houston. Um, I don't really have
Oh,
too much of a loser. I mean,
My loser
dude.
is NC State.
I was gonna say they're not really like a big time. Like they weren't supposed to be. Syracuse, I guess is my loser. They just got
They're missing Donnie Freeman though.
yeah, and it sucks. But
Oh,
lost three opportunities to get a quad one win. I mean, tough
yeah.
opponents. Don't get me wrong, but that would
You,
probably be if I had to pick one. Would be my
you need to
loser.
leave with something.
Yeah, just want something exactly.
Yeah,
Not that they were supposed to be good, but Ole Miss, Jesus Christ, they lost to
Yeah,
Iowa and then Utah. They lost it. That's bad. Losing to
that is
Utah.
bad.
yeah, I have a winner which I'll get more into later, which kind of spoils it, but I think Vanderbilt was my winner outside of like the obvious one. I thought they looked good this year, and then they went into I forget exactly what it might have been. It was the battle for Atlantis, and
hmm
they destroyed VCU, which okay, but then that game against St. Mary's, I feel like was a great benchmark game, and they beat
They
St.
can
Mary's
score.
by 25,
Yeah,
which St. Mary's is a pretty good team.
yeah. I
So
mean, they can score. They're having 98 points a game. Like
yeah,
they can really score.
yeah,
Um, I guess a couple other one. I mean, TCU beating Florida. I mean, it wasn't feast week, but that was crazy.
I thought
Um,
it was.
is it? It might have been. I might be
I think it
tripping, but
was.
TCU beating Florida, and TCU's just like I don't. Is TCU good? Is TCU bad? I mean, they beat Wisconsin, they beat Florida, they lost to Michigan by 4. But then
Didn't
they
they
lost
lose?
to New Orleans first
Yeah,
game of the
no,
season. So it's like,
don't diss New Orleans, bro. Don't diss New
bro,
Orleans.
I
come
think New I
Beat
think New
Mississippi.
Orleans also has an overtime loss versus Mississippi State
yes,
this
that's
year.
right. Um, what's the other? My boys got throttled. Carolina, Mississippi State. Oof,
Yeah,
they smoked Carolina.
You Michigan State?
Did I say Mississippi State? Yeah, Michigan
Yeah.
State. I mean, Carolina they shot a toward 8 from 3, so that was
When
just brutal.
when Michigan State's shooting like that, I don't it's there's the
They
list of
took
who's gonna
10
beat
threes
them
and hit
is
half of them, like, screw you. Like, come on. They didn't even have any
I
free throws. It was like a clean game. I mean,
yeah.
Carolina looked bad shooting, though. That's just a brutal look.
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
when they're not shooting and they're not gonna be outmatched in the front court very often this year,
Mhm.
but when they do, when against a team like Michigan State, you gotta hit your shots or
It's
you're
yeah,
toast.
it's gonna be tough. I mean, Bama, I know Bama lost to Gonzaga. They kinda got 2 they're not really great teams, but they beat both of them by 30. So, I mean, Maryland and ULV beat 30. I mean, that's something.
After November, I'm very positive on Alabama. They proved that they
Hmm.
can. They're right there.
Yeah, and I'm starting to worry about St. John's, to be honest with you. Um, they can't beat good team, really. I mean, they beat Baylor. I wouldn't really consider Baylor all that great. Um, they're okay, but
Yeah,
I can't believe.
St. John's is on my panic meter.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little
For
bit
sh-
worried too. I'm with you there.
Houston's kind of been on mine a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't
Houston's a
know.
little worrisome.
They don't look that
Houston,
great.
I think they started off 4-3 last year. Um, it's they're young guys. They're gonna eventually figure it out and be good,
Hmm.
but until that happens, it's like who knows?
UCLA kind of stinks. Lost to
Oh yeah,
Cal.
yeah. UCLA
I think
sucks.
Donovan Dent's shooting like 20% from three.
Yeah, Donovan Dent has struggled massively.
Duke legend.
Donovan Donovan Dent's been pretty brutal. He's shooting 35 9% from 3. My goodness.
It's 9.
It's 9% from 3.
I thought
Wow.
it was 11 for some reason, but then I was like, I'll go 20 just to make it not look so bad.
Um and
Yeah.
I think the Mountain West Conference might only be a one bid league. Um I think Utah State is probably that's the San Diego State's horrible. They aren't that
Yeah,
good.
I have a bet on them to win the Mountain West.
I personally I don't see it. I honestly.
Well, they were supposed to be good. Did Magoon
Yeah,
Galak
I mean
come back?
Utah State's a monsters. They're really good. Um,
Yeah, I like
Oregon
Utah's.
sucks balls too. Losing to Creighton should be
Oregon's
a
terrible,
felony.
man. I'll never
Um,
understand why. If I was an Oregon fan, I'd be pissed because I'd be like, this team should not
they
be.
should not be that bad. They really shouldn't. But yeah, great feast week. So happy with
Yeah,
it.
great feast week. So we're going to be going through every game of the ACC SEC Challenge here, which last year, what was it, 13-1 or
It was something ugly.
yeah, it was really bad, which pretty much described how both conferences were last year.
Yeah,
Should be a little better this year. How much better? Who knows?
who knows?
But starting off Tuesday, we have Florida going to Duke.
Do
Um,
you do we have a spread this on
Yeah,
this?
it's nine. Last time I looked, it was 9.5.
yeah. Duke. I'm seeing it at Duke 8.5.
My goodness. Well, Danny, I know these are your boys. I'll start. Florida's been very unimpressive. Just that's kind of all I got for Florida. They're playing in Cameron. I mean, I don't know, 8.5. It's Duke, so I'm like, I think Duke wins this comfortably, but who knows? Florida does have the talent to make noise. I'm not saying they're going to beat Duke, but Florida does have the talent. If they put it together, I think they'll be dangerous. But until then, Xavier Lee, he's not the guy.
Shooting 26%.
Yeah, and Cameron
Like
Boozer's he's unbelievable, and I think who do you think will guard him, Hauk or Condon?
probably
Danny,
Hawk.
which
Um,
one? Probably
well,
Hauk, right?
Condon might not play. He didn't play last
Well,
game,
if Condon
so
doesn't play, Duke's going to win in a landslide.
but it would be they would. I think they would put Chinulu on him.
Oh, geez. But yeah, Cameron Boozer, that game against Arkansas was amazing. Florida's going to have to travel to North Carolina to play Duke. I don't really see a world where Duke loses, to be honest with you.
I mean, I'm pretty much on the same page. Florida just has not looked good at all this year. I mean, even like Boogie Fland, he's shooting 38%, like from the field. It's just the only really.
Oh, that's from the
off-
field? Oh,
Yes, yeah, like off, like bro. Thomas Hall. Imagine if Thomas Hall has a bad game, Duke might win by 20.
yeah,
Like,
Florida just can't shoot. It's kind of what it boils down to. Hawk,
Yeah,
Condon, Fland, they're all
they're
shooting under
about
25%. So with
They're
Lee.
about 30% on the year, I think,
Oh,
and yeah,
that's not
but
what they use.
and a large part of that is carried by I'm blanking on his name because he's like a European guy.
Oh, yeah, the
Um,
Urban Clavazar.
yeah,
Urban
I think his name's
Klavzar.
Klavzar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's shooting
He
38 though from 3. I mean, it's nothing crazy. but
Yeah, but I mean,
something.
27.7% as a team. Yeah, that's terrible.
Oof.
So, so this game, as much as I think Duke is going to win this game, I don't know if I'm going to take them to cover. I think just by recent trends, I'm going to take Florida first half, because I feel like if the whole game is 9.5, 8.5, then it might be juiced a bit.
Yeah.
And Duke has struggled in the first half a bit,
It
minus like
just went down to 7.5 as we were talking, by the way.
yeah, I think it
It's
stays
juice now.
around. I think it stays around there. But last game, I think Cam Boozer really turned a corner against Arkansas. He was using his body and playing with the size like we haven't really seen before. Maybe
Mhm.
John Shire gave him the Jason Tatum treatment when um, Coach K yelled at him, basically bitched him out.
Called him
Maybe
soft,
Shire
yeah.
did that to him.
Yeah.
Um, Duke didn't cover, but I think that was a terrible line to begin with because
That was
Arkansas was never going to lay that game up.
mm-mm.
Like, they are too talented of a team just
Yeah.
to do that. And Acuff, he's a beast. And Malik Thomas took DJ Wagner's minutes. So I think Arkansas is going to be a lot better in SEC ball than they were in their bye games, like against Winthrop and stuff. But the big part for Duke, besides Cam Boozer like showing out, was Caleb Foster in that game. I know you hate him and you think he sucks, but he did exactly what the team needed him to do in order for them to reach their ceiling. He had a couple bad turnovers, which yeah, but he had a few really big shots, and his on-ball defense has just been great. But the part where it scares me is Florida likes to run a three big lineup. If Condon plays, which I think he will, it's going to be Hal Condon and Chanulu.
Chinula. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's big.
we have Boozer and Ngangba, but I don't know if it's the game for Dame Sar. It might be a Nick Hamenia game.
What about my boy Malik Brown? He's a monster on the glass.
He won't
He's
we
such a good
won't start
defender.
all three bigs, but he's gonna play a huge role, obviously, which is again why Pat Ngangba can't foul. Because if he gets in foul trouble, then we're kind of
Didn't he foul out of a game
screwed.
earlier this year too? I feel like he did.
Ngangba?
Yeah, I swear he
I
did.
don't think so.
It was close. Maybe he had 4
Yeah,
against Kansas. That's what it was.
he's been better with the foul. It was Kansas. He's been better with the foul in this year. But the front court's gonna be battle. But if Xavier Lee had a really good game last game, but I don't think it's very sustainable. Like
Yeah.
Duke isn't Providence, and the backcourt is gonna cook at home. So I'm going Duke as well. Now, next to your boys, UNC at Kentucky. Do you want me to start?
Yeah, someone else can start.
I'll start. Um, if this game was anywhere but Rupp, I'm going UNC. But just because it's at home, I'm gonna go Kentucky, which I think the spread is a lot
7.5.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually bet on UNC tomorrow for the game. But my main issue is that UNC has had shooting struggles and turnover problems, which isn't a good sign if you're playing at a hostile environment like Kentucky. Both teams are facing injuries though. Kentucky a lot more, but UNC it's only one guy, but Seth Trimble just provides so much. Like we really saw his absence when Jeremy Fears was just basically doing whatever he wanted.
That was
And
unbelievable.
yeah, the perimeter defense, it was one of my main concerns for this team. And then you take away the best perimeter defender, you're kind of leaving Kyan, Luca out to dry.
Mhm.
So yeah, that I think Denzel Aberdeen's gonna have a really good game. Just he's 6'5", like he's gonna be able to use his size, which is gonna be an issue. And in UNC's better games, they've been pretty bad at letting up the three ball, which like everything I said, letting up the three ball, struggling to shoot and the turnover problems.
Recipe
That's
for
not
disaster against Kentucky.
exactly. That's kind of like the game plan on how to shoot yourself in the foot. But if Kentucky's so banged up and if Mo Diabate doesn't play, like if UNC can dominate the front court, just be relatively clean and shoot like 35%, which isn't that it's not that much of an ask If they
No.
do that, they can win this game.
hmm
At home, I'm going Kentucky.
Logan, you want to go?
Yeah. Like I said, like Danny was saying, I mean, Jesus Christ. No, I don't want to trash too much on the Tar Heels here, but because got a Tar Heels fan, but I think Kentucky should be able to win this game pretty comfortably. I just don't really think like offensively UNC is really going to have too many answers here. They're just I don't know. I mean, 8 is a little too much for me on Kentucky, so like it might just stay off. I'd probably have Kentucky winning the game. I could see UNC covering, but yeah, I'm just saying Kentucky should win here. There's really no reason they shouldn't.
I mean, I'm not going to take Kentucky. I'm going to take Carolina. I have to. Refuse to pick against them. I also, I kind of think that spread's a little unfair. I think it should be more like 4 or 5. I think 7's a little much. I think earlier it was also 8 at one point, but it was 8.5. I think 5 is probably more fair. I'm just looking for a bounce back game. I'm betting on a bounce back game. I think Carolina can get it done. I mean, Kentucky really hasn't. I mean, they haven't really beat anybody. They haven't really impressed me.
I was gonna say they haven't earned the spread.
They haven't earned that spread. I mean, the shitty teams, they are absolutely killing them, but they come against 2 good teams. I mean, just like they lost by the same amount, Michigan State, and I think they were home. So
No, it was Champs Classic.
was it champs? Okay, well they lost to them, and Louisville kind of. I mean, they made that a game, but Louisville was beating the shit out of them.
They
at
owned them.
one point. So yeah, I'm gonna go Carolina. I think my boys get it done on the road. It's gonna be a huge win. Will be huge too.
Yeah, it's 2 teams I feel like really need this type of solidifying win.
Big time.
Same Tuesday, Tennessee going to Syracuse, which I feel like Tennessee always draws a team that like could be good but isn't that good in this, and then they just blow them out.
Yeah.
I think they had Miami like last year or something.
I think they did. They also played Syracuse last December. Is it 2025? Yeah, they played. No, they actually played Syracuse last September or December. Whoa, December. I'm going to be on Tennessee here. 6.5 also just doesn't seem. Wait, am I going to be on Tennessee? Yeah, I'm going to be on Tennessee. I think Tennessee wins. Syracuse, it scares me that they had 3 opportunities and couldn't get it done. I mean, it feels like they're due for one. But like Danny said, Donnie Freeman's out. Well, is he out? Is he out for this game?
I don't know. They didn't say it. He was out for players era, but it looked like he was moving around and like.
I mean, if Donnie Freeman plays, I don't know if I can like get off of Tennessee because they did impress me, especially in their game against Houston. They looked good. They battled back in the second half. 6.5 is just weird because I feel like it should be higher, and then I take Syracuse. He's out. Yeah, well then Tennessee. I'll take Tennessee for sure. I mean, 6.5. It feels like 6.5 is too low. Like it feels like it should have opened up at like 9. But I mean, I guess give some respect to Syracuse, but I'm on Tennessee, both spread and money line.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on Tennessee as well. Even in Tennessee's loss against Kansas, they were pretty much in control most of the game, and then they kind of just blew it to Kansas, like towards the end, which was horrible. My thing with Syracuse is, dude, they just chuck up shots and they kind of just pray that it goes in. And I mean, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. They lose by what was it, 30 against Iowa State? I mean, they kept it close with Houston, but like I said, I kind of have a red flag on Houston right now. I'm not really too big on them, but if Freeman's out, I don't really see a way that Syracuse keeps this game close with Tennessee. I think Tennessee is going to run away with it pretty early, and I think their defense is going to be good enough to stop Syracuse's offense.
I think they'll shut them down too. I agree.
Yeah, without Donnie, Syracuse half-court offense is pretty abysmal, like you said, Logan. And Kyan Anthony, he went 1 for 14 from deep in Vegas, which if he does anything remote to that, and it like they're not gonna win, like that just can't happen. But his splits are a lot better at home, so we'll see if he gets back to that. Nate George, as much as he's like a an assist god. He has been an absolute turnover machine, which cannot happen, especially against Tennessee. Tennessee runs a bit. Like, you have a guy like Jacoby Gillespie. He was an absolute monster against Rutgers. I watched that game. He was dominating. And Nate Ament, I'm not a huge Nate Ament guy, but because I think he plays a bit soft against like the tough and physical
Yeah,
teams. But
he's a little like skittish. I was watching it with Drew.
yeah,
He definitely is a little skittish.
but
So
I don't think that's going to be a total issue in Syracuse. And if it stays at 6.5, I'll probably go Tennessee with Donnie out. But I think I was late on that train, and it's probably going to go to like 8.5.
yeah,
I think I'm still fine with that if we're being honest.
it
Like,
hasn't moved.
dude.
So
Also, Iowa
Oh, it
State.
was like minutes ago.
Iowa State in that game against Syracuse when they won by 30. I forgot Lipsy wasn't playing.
yeah,
You didn't play?
Yeah,
no.
Lipsy didn't play. I think it was Jefferson was. I think he was their lead scorer with like 20.
Was it him or was it Momcilovic like went off in the second half?
Milan went crazy in one game. I know that.
I mean, I can check really quick. It was. Oh yeah. It was. Yeah, it was him. Whatever. I don't even know.
Momcilovic.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce the fucking name.
Let
Yeah.
me-
Oh, Jefferson. Dude, Jefferson only had 13. It's actually their. Oh, geez. Wow, it's Ilian
Yeah,
Torre.
Momcilovic went crazy in the second half, dude. He started slow too.
Virginia Tech and South Carolina
Oof.
also Tuesday. Um,
You could
the
start with this
VC
one, Randy.
I could
yeah,
start. You could start. Don't matter.
I'll start. I was very high on Virginia Tech going into the year, and then that VCU loss kind of killed a lot of
Dude,
my
yeah, that was
optimism on it. Both of these offense have just not been too great. Like, they're not putting up too many points. Neo of Dallas, he is a monster, but he's statistically his worst game versus VCU. I think he's going to bounce back. Jalen Bedford also went 0 for 13 from the field in his last two games, which I'm not going to say is going to translate out of Atlantis, but he's supposed to be like that veteran, like, scorer for them. And 0 for 13 is pretty much everything but that.
pretty much.
Uh,
That's
like
true.
they still have Monty Hansberry, who I've been a big Monty Hansberry guy going into the year. He is an absolute monster, even at 6'8".
6'7".
And going back over to South Carolina, they had an 0-2 record, but they actually did better than I thought they would. Michi Johnson and Sheriff Jamps, they pretty much carry the starting lineup. They just struggle to finish games, and I don't think Virginia Tech's that bad. So I'm going Hokies.
Yeah. I'm with Danny here. I like Virginia Tech. I believe isn't South Carolina favored?
Yeah, by a point. It's
Yeah,
almost a pick 'em.
I don't really see why, honestly. Like, I know Virginia Tech's they had a pretty close game against Colorado State, but Colorado State's I think they're a pretty solid team. And then they had St. Mary's. St. Mary's they've been a good program, and I think VCU just matched up with them very well. And I think VCU is also. I think they're a pretty good team. I mean, they've been a good team the past couple years. Like I said, I just think it was a rough stretch for Virginia Tech. I think they can get back on track here with a pretty like a. I mean, I see them winning by probably anywhere from 5 to 10 points. I just don't think South Carolina is very good at basketball. I mean, just looking at them, I mean, they went into OT with Southern Miss. Like, what? Like, dude, that's bad. Yeah, I mean, they lost to Northwestern by 2. There's just look at their record and just I've seen them play. They just don't look good at all. I'm on Virginia Tech here with Danny.
I'm probably gonna be opposite you guys. I'm gonna go with South Carolina. I kind of don't really know what to do in this game, to be honest, and the SEC has done well, so I'm gonna take South Carolina. Virginia Tech, that blowout against VCU was just so unexpected, and then not blown out, but it wasn't a close game against St. Mary's either. And that's the only two Power 5 opponents they played. I mean, VTech beat Colorado State by 2. We're favored by 5. Couldn't cover that. South Carolina, I guess Virginia Tech has their win against Colorado State, which might look better down the road. South Carolina's looking for one, and I think they get one here at home too. I think they should win it.
Yeah, name to look out for too for South Carolina is Elijah Strong. They might have
Hmm.
found something with
Hmm.
him. He put up 16 and 22 in his last 2 games, and
Yeah,
I feel like his minutes is going to increase.
that's
He's
going to
kind
keep
of been a
ticking up.
spark plug. Yeah.
I agree.
So if they found some with him, maybe they can get the ball rolling a bit. Oklahoma and Wake, which looks a pretty fun game Tuesday.
Yeah. I mean,
Is
I
there a
can.
lineup? Is there a
What's that?
lineup? Is there a lineup
5.5.
for Wake?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty
Okay.
early for all these lines being out for college.
I think Oklahoma's garbage. I'll
Yeah.
leave with that. Wake Forest wins this game. I'll just come out and say that 5.5. No idea what to do with this spread. I think for once in my life, I'm going to stay off of betting it. I don't do that very often, if you know me. Wake Forest has lost by 1 point to Michigan and Texas Tech, both of them by 1 point. Only beat Memphis by 1 point. I don't really care. They won the game. I think they're better than I. I mean, people don't really know much about Wake. Yes, they lost 2 close games, but their losses on the records, and it's Juke Harris is a baller. Dude's averaging damn near 20 points. Trayvon Spillers, he looks good too. I mean, he's balling. Miles Colvin, Purdue transfer, he's averaging 12.5. I like Wake in this game. Nigel Pack, get on LinkedIn, buddy. I mean, this dude's got to be. I mean, this is unbelievable that
He's
he's
been
still.
cooking though.
Yeah, he has been going. I mean, because he's 30. He's playing against 18-year-olds.
He's shooting 51% from three.
Crazy. Xavier Brown, St. Joe's kid, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
their
out him.
team,
He's been doing
their
well.
transfer class as a whole has been pretty good. But like you said,
I
they're
think, yeah.
for Wake, like their two biggest things are going to be their returners having to show up, and Juke and Trayvon have done absolutely that. Juke, he kind of was a bit disappointing last year. He had a lot of expectations, but now he's finding his groove, and Trayvon Spillers is just dominating inside.
Mm-hmm.
And Nate Calmise has been a really good pickup. Like he's distributing the ball really nice and sets up the guys well. I'm also going to go Wake. I think it's going to be good atmosphere, but I don't know if they're playing like a tournament team, but I don't think I'll ever say I trust Brian Forbes to lead a team to the tournament. So, but right now, because he had a lot better teams, but
I mean,
I
only
like how
losing by
Wake is
1 point
playing.
to two of those teams is crazy. I
Exactly.
fact that's crazy.
It's insane. If they beat Michigan that day, like they're ranked.
They had the best one in the country, damn near. So I mean, or they would. I mean, 1 point. If they had scored 2 more points in both games, they'd be the best team in the country.
But they did come back against Michigan, so it's not.
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, it's not like they were in control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on Wake here too. I don't really need to talk too much. Oklahoma barely beat Marquette. They beat them by 1 point. Marquette's just terrible. Not really gonna go too in depth here. Like, just Oklahoma's terrible. Wake's gonna cover that pretty easily.
Oklahoma's terrible.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Next game,
Jesus.
TAMU and
Shit
Pitt,
for shit.
which, yeah, I mean, I feel like it was supposed to be a fun matchup before the year started, and then the year started.
Shit versus poop. Oh my
But
goodness.
both teams did have like a relatively big win last game, like that kind of saved their downward spiral
Yeah.
for a bit. The Aggies rinsed Florida State, and Ruben Dominguez, he's just been lighting it up from deep. He's over from Spain, and he has just been awesome so far. This was the first game against a power conference team where their offense looked pretty good. And I think Florida State got a little bit buffed up because they almost beat Florida. Like, I don't think they're too good, but they still ran them.
Out
They
of the
still
gym.
ran them. Yeah, ran them out of the gym. And again, Ruben Dominguez, they gave him a promotion, like gave him more time, and it's really worked. And I know Pitt just won, and I'm mad about it because I bet on Ohio State, but I do not like them at all. And Brandon Cummings being out, it it means a lot, but they didn't look good with him either. Like Cam Corhen has been a bright spot though, especially on the glass because that was like his big
Mhm.
like thing coming into the year. But they're gonna need that Barry Donning that they got these past few games if they're gonna like compete. And DeMarco Minor's also been inconsistent. So it's just a bunch of inconsistency, and they're gonna have to find something because like you can't lose to Quinnipiac, man. I'm going TAMU.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm on Tamu. They were my team when they had Wade Taylor. I mean, he was the boy. I loved Wade Taylor.
Yeah.
Losing to Quinnipiac by 8, they should probably be relegated to like D3 basketball, but maybe that's just me. Yeah, they played three Power 5 opponents. Got blown out by West Virginia, blown out by UCF, snuck by against Ohio State, which I don't know how. And they held Ohio State to 66 points off of pure friendship, I guess.
How many points did Pitt score?
66. Um, but Texas A&M, they both have a common game. UCF, they both lost by double digits. But it seems like Texas A&M's kind of like figured their shit out. They've won 4 in a row. Granted, not 4 good teams, but one. Montana's frisky. They only beat them by 5, but they beat them. Oh, this game's so horrible. I'll take Texas A&M though.
Yeah,
I feel like a
taking
lot of these
Texas
games are
A&M.
battle of mid.
Yeah, battle of puke
I'm
for
taking
shit.
Texas A&M here too. I can't even lie. I was on FSU when they played. What was that? Was that on Friday? I believe.
So was I. So was I.
I remember
Good
just.
read.
I think like 5 minutes in, I like checked it. It was like 20 to like 5. I was like, all right,
Yes.
whatever. But they looked a lot better. My thing against Pitt, yeah, they beat Ohio State, but dude, if you saw that game, it was very like irregular. They only had 5 turnovers in that game. Pitt, they usually average like at least like 12 to 13.
Yeah, I think they average 12 turnovers a game. So
Yeah, so like 5 turnovers, and like Ohio State just wasn't like I was watching. I tuned into the game a little bit. Ohio State wasn't playing well. They just really weren't. I think it was just an off game for them. I don't think. I mean, I don't think Pitt's a very good team at all. I don't think Texas A&M is either. But I think Texas A&M wins it here pretty comfortably.
Yeah. I don't.
it
I
might not
think
be.
this.
It's going to be ugly, but they'll win it. I hope.
Yeah, I think this is the end of the road for Jeff Capel this year.
Yeah,
He's been hanging on, but
he rode Blake Hinson's coattails, and he's overstaying his welcome.
Miami at Ole Miss Tuesday night.
I mean, I'll start it off. Is there like I'm just not really. Is somebody out for Miami? Like, is somebody out for them?
Don't think so.
Because
I don't
I
believe
saw
so.
this at Ole Miss at 4.5. I don't
Yeah.
I don't really understand that line.
Mm-mm.
Ole Miss just. I mean, dude, they lost to Iowa, which I think Iowa's pretty solid.
Iowa is good.
They
They're
are
good.
good, yeah. Like, but you kept it close with Austin, PA. Like, you beat them by 7. You just lost to Utah, who was, I believe, 0-6 or 0-7 on the spread on the year. So, and they were favored by 11. I think Miami is. I think they're a pretty solid team, honestly. I mean, they're lost to Florida and BYU, but both of them are. I mean, they're top teams. Florida, not so much, but Georgetown coming off a win by 13. Dude, I might just drop the points here and just take Miami outright. I think they can win that game.
Do you think if you had to pick one to win, is it
Miami.
Miami?
Yeah, I'm taking Miami to win that.
Yeah, I think I'm actually with Logan here. I think Miami wins this game. I kind of been backing SEC teams, but I don't know. Ole Miss just flat out sucks. They're 1-6 against the spread this year. Obviously they're favoring this game so they can win and not cover the spread, but this should be close. This should be like a Virginia Tech South Carolina line, I think. Maybe a little higher, like 2. losing to Utah is just so ugly. I mean, that's just horrible.
Yeah,
5 points to Iowa, I actually give them credit for because I think Iowa is a good team, a really good team.
yeah.
But they failed to cover any spread, so I'll just take my shot on Miami to win. I'm gonna bet their spread as well. So I like Malik Reneau. He's a baller. Um,
Yeah.
I'm surprised he transferred to Indiana, but yeah, he's a baller. I think he'll do numbers here. And you know, AJ Store, he is playing well for Ole Miss. I do like he's shooting 55% from three. I mean, that's impressive, but I don't think Ole Miss is gonna have enough to keep up with Miami.
Yeah, I'm gonna back Ole Miss here. Probably not spread wise, but I think Ole Miss wins the game. The grass has been greener for AJ Store, which was not what I was expecting, to be honest. He's shooting pretty well, and I don't think he's overshooting either. Like his volume isn't too much. And Ilias Kamardine, he from France, he's been great, better than I expected. And I know he was a fan favorite going into the year, and it seems like they're getting their wish. They lost two tough games, like we said, Utah and who else did they lose to? Iowa. Iowa, that's not a bad loss. Utah, that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
Miami has looked the part, but it's Jay Lucas's first game on the road, and he has experienced players like Renew and Donaldson and stuff, but it it's going to be bumping at Ole Miss, and I'm taking the home team. But it's one of my favorite games of the ACC SEC for sure. Like it's going to be a fun game, but I'm going Ole Miss. Ooh. Georgia, I'll start.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
personally think Georgia rolls. They,
Really?
they yeah, they lost a tough Clemson team. Like, not a great Clemson team, but a tough Clemson team who is better than Florida State. I would have liked them to beat Xavier by more, but overall, Georgia has been solid. Jeremiah Wilkinson's three ball, it's been a lot better as I predicted last time I said it would improve, which it has, and he's on a tear for scoring right now. Blue Kane is also scoring better.
It's our boy.
Yeah, the offense, they have some good momentum, and I think they're gonna build on that. Florida State had a big game versus A&M and pissed down their leg. They got ran out of the gym. Rob McCray went 1 for 10 in that game, which plays a big role. Like he's third in the nation in assists, but he's just got to get more consistent with the shooting, especially against power conference teams. Leger Jones, he also has to get a lot better scoring. He's in a slump right now, and this inconsistency it's pretty much a theme for the Seminoles. They need to find some stability if they're gonna really compete. I I don't hate Georgia. I like Georgia this year. I think they're fun, and I think they win on the road.
I mean, I don't think they roll. I think they do get it done. I'm with Georgia too. They're the number one scoring team in the nation. They're averaging 99 points a game, which is like they've scored 120 twice this year, which is like nuts. Granted, against bad teams. They
Still don't
also it was Maryland East Shore, but they beat them
there.
94-29. That's I don't even know how that's possible is D1 basketball. Um, yeah, Blue Kane's my boy. I think he always hits a shot. Um, Jeremiah Wilkinson has been great. Um, Florida State had kept a close game with Florida. That's great and all. They still ended up losing, and then getting their doors blown off by Texas A&M, I think, just kind of shows who they really were. It's kind of a rivalry game against Florida, so maybe they were playing with a little more pep in their step.
Yeah.
They unfortunately beat my UT Martin boys, but yeah, I'll be on Georgia here too. Probably, I think 2.5 is like low enough to where I'd be willing to take that as well.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna pretend that I like really know what's gonna happen in this game. I'm just gonna take. I'll make it quick. I'm just gonna take Georgia here. I'm not backing FSU after that Texas A&M loss. They fucked me over too bad. So go Georgia here.
Out of spite. I love it.
Pretty easy. Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's how it goes.
Mizzou at Notre Dame.
I
Aren't
can.
lines still at 1.5?
You want to start it? I can
Yeah,
start it
it's
on Notre Dame.
1.5.
For Notre Dame.
For Notre Dame.
Yes.
I mean,
Which I don't even know.
that makes me nervous. The fact that it's 1.5 when I would have this like probably tilted a couple points the other way. Um, I like this Missouri team. I think I said at the beginning of the year. I could be wrong. Mark Mitchell, you know, former Duke GOAT. Not really, but I like Mark Mitchell. I like Missouri. They're 8-0. Haven't beaten anybody. Like the only team they beat is Minnesota, but they crushed them. This is their first real test. Unfortunately, it's on the road for them. Notre Dame lost 10 by Houston, lost 5 by Rutgers, lost 10 by Kansas. All, I mean, somewhat competitive games, nothing crazy. And lost to 1 by Ohio State. So they are definitely tested. They are much more tested than Missouri. But I feel like Braden Shrewsbury revenge game. Holy shit! I just realized that. Yeah, Missouri by whatever they want.
Missouri.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll take Mizzou.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Mizzou here. I think Notre Dame's getting respect off of losses, which there's a big key there. They're losing games. Like I get it, Kansas, Houston, like yeah, but they put up a pretty good fight. But I mean, beating Rutgers by 5, like dude, Rutgers is just not a good team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to like discredit Notre. Like, I don't think Notre Dame's horrible.
No, I don't think so. But dude,
that this line does scare me. I want that noted that I don't like how this line looks, and it makes me scared to pick Missouri. So, but I'm still gonna ride with it.
Like Marcus Burton is the only offensive threat on this Notre Dame team. Where if he were like,
I don't
say Marcus Burton has a bad game, what do you think? What are they? Who's scoring?
Yo, I don't know why I said Braden Shrewsbury revenge game. I was clicked on the wrong thing. I'm just drunk. I'm drunk.
Idiot. Yeah,
Marcus Burton is a dog though. He's so good.
Yeah, I'm taking Missouri here though. That's it's not too hard.
Yeah. We used the strength of schedule argument. I'm actually kind of using it to back Notre Dame here. Missouri, their offense has looked good, but their biggest test was Minnesota at home, which is not something to write. I know, but it's not something to write home about. Said Mark Mitchell's biggest thing was shooting. He was never able to really shoot, and he's pretty much just cut it out. But Missouri's still shooting like 40% from deep. Like Jaden Stone and Jacob Cruz are definitely making up for it. I like what I saw at Notre Dame at the Players era. Jalen Harrelson, he's a good freshman. He's proven himself to be like a really good option for his team, which is huge for the Irish. Like you said, Marcus Burton, he's going to be Marcus Burton. He's going to score. But Harrelson and Shrewsbury have to both knock down shots for Notre Dame. Shrewsbury went 0 for 4 versus Houston, which is kind of what I expected because I don't think he's the type of guy like you play a team like Houston. I don't think he's really going to show up, but I don't think Missouri is that. Notre Dame, they're going to be a tough team to blow out this year. And I think a close game in South Bend when Missouri hasn't really faced any adversity this year favors Notre Dame. So I'm going Notre Dame. And I think Shrewsbury is a very good coach.
Yeah, I mean, it does scare me. I don't like how this line looks. I feel like it should be more because I think Missouri was also like people were high on them coming in this year, but I guess we'll just have to see.
I think there's a world where Missouri also blows them out, but I'm picking Notre Dame.
We actually have some difference in picks this week. That's a first for us.
I know. Well, we usually do with the bigger games, just the other ones. Great game Wednesday. Louisville and Arkansas. Logan, you want to kick that off?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not? Like I said, I mean, I think all of us have like talked about like pretty good about Louisville. I mean, I feel like we're all pretty high on them. I mean, Louisville has looked great so far. I really haven't seen anything. I mean, I haven't seen anything to suggest otherwise. I mean, Arkansas coming off that loss against Duke, I believe. I mean, they were like, I feel like Arkansas was pretty good like the whole time. They kept it like relatively close. But I mean, their 2 losses, Michigan State and Duke, so both, I mean, top 7, 8 teams in the league. Do Do you know? I can't. Is there a spread out on it?
Probably not because it's Wednesday, but
Yeah, that's my only thing.
no, not yet. Torvik has it looking .2 Arkansas, so pretty
So
much
pick 'em.
nothing. Yeah.
Pick 'em.
So it's just going to be who do you think wins? Yeah, it's not even a
Yeah,
spread pick.
yeah. I mean, I'm Louisville. I mean, I think I'm just gonna stick with Louisville here. I mean, like I said, like they just haven't like proved me wrong yet. So I'm gonna keep rolling with them. Definitely not taking the Gazorbacks here. Don't know what they're gonna do in the locker room this time of day. So yeah, we're gonna go with Louisville here. Till they prove me wrong.
Dan, you can go.
Yeah, I think Arkansas looked. I'm gonna go Arkansas. I think they looked very good in that game against Duke. They got beat by Cam Boozer, which Louisville doesn't have that big that can do that. They revolve around their guards and shooting and stuff like that. With all their talent, like Arkansas is going to give they're going to give these good teams, a really good game. And they found, like I kind of previewed earlier, DJ Wagner, his minutes are slipping, and Malik Thomas I think he's going to find himself in the starting lineup very soon. He is an absolute bucket. Him and a cuff, they're really good.
A cuff is.
And like Brazil and Pringle, like they're not going to get bullied by Louisville. Louisville's gonna, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a shooting fest, which it's not a hot take or anything. I think that favors Arkansas. Louisville's shooting. I was waiting for them to see when their shot doesn't fall, how they respond to that adversity, because it's not going to be too often. But it didn't really fall versus Cincinnati, and the Bearcats gave them a good game, and Arkansas is a lot better than Cincinnati. But you also have to look at it. This game, it's going to revolve around freshman guards and Ryan Conwell, which does favor Louisville, but Arkansas seems like a big energy team too. So they're going to be going off the momentum of their home arena, and I think they get a very, very big win. They need a big win.
Yeah, I'm with you too, Danny. I think Arkansas gets it done here. Louisville's kind of due for a letdown. They've just been. I tend to bet on letdowns or come ups, and Louisville has just been beating the shit out of teams. That Cincinnati game, they only lost by 10. I had bet on Cincinnati that game. If Abayev shot 4 for 16. He hits 2 more of those shots. It's a 2-possession game, 1-possession game.
He's so nonchalant.
He is, bro. But I actually like Arkansas. I think Acuff is so good.
He torched us, man.
And I think Arkansas. It was a game against Duke. Like Duke pulled away late and like hit a couple free throws late. But Arkansas was winning that game at one point. I think I'm going to be on Arkansas, and I actually probably will bet on them because I think it's good value.
So we got 2 Arkansas, 1 Louisville there. Clemson, Bama, who I think this is their second time playing in this in 3 years. I think both games are at Bama. I think Clemson 2 years ago played at Bama. I think
at Bama 2 years in a row.
Oh, was it last? I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, what does Torvik have this spread at?
Yeah.
I
don't really care.
I think 5.
Yeah, it's 9 Bama.
Oof.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that's very hard. I think Bama's just gonna.
Are we all on Bama here? Because I'm definitely on Bama.
Yeah, I think Bama's just gonna fucking shoot them out.
Bama should roll. Clemson lost Georgetown. That's horrible. Beat West Virginia by 3. That's great. Beat Georgia by 3. Awesome. But now they're facing a different animal in Alabama. Bama seemed to have figured it out the last 2 games they played.
I know this has been unreal, dude.
Yeah, I know. And listen, I know UNLV and Maryland, they're not great teams. They're not pushovers, but they aren't great. But man, they just rolled and gave a good game to Gonzaga, who is a really good team. Beat Illinois. Good game against Purdue. Unfortunately, I think Clemson's coming into a buzzsaw here, and I think Bama's going to shoot the lights out and kill them.
Bama
Yeah,
the past 2 games, Bama, dude, they shot 57% and 55% from the field.
Yeah, I mean it worries
Like,
me, but I really
see
don't
that?
see a world where
I
Bama
mean,
loses this game.
I think I talked about it a few times with Bama, with like they're cold, like it's that cold streak that could just happen out of nowhere. Um,
I know that scares you. You always talk about it.
I know that it definitely worries me, but I'm just gonna, I'll bite the bullet here and be on Bama. Hopefully, they can just keep it going. I just don't. I don't know. I personally just don't see Clemson. I don't see how they find a way here. For being honest.
yeah. Clemson's been a popular team here, and every time I talk about their like lack of an alpha, and if you're gonna beat Bama, you have to have one. Like Gonzaga, EK, and TGF both dropped 20 plus. And is that natural to Bama's play style? Maybe, but Clemson's going to need someone to, especially on the road, they're going to need someone to really like take over if they
And they
want
don't
any
have that, like you
shot.
said.
I don't think they have that. Like Carter Welling has been like their big guy, and I think you need a guard. Well, you need good guard play to beat Bama straight up.
Yeah.
And Bama, it's so hard to set the pace in a way at Bama. I think Bama just gets out, runs, and wins by double digits.
Hmm.
Oh God,
LSU at Boston College.
I mean, I'll start this one off. I have bet on Boston College this
I don't
year
know. I don't know why.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I have suffered through 5 games of Boston College basketball.
Oh,
What's your record in
I mean,
those 5 games?
I think I'm like 1-4. I'm almost
Okay, so
positive.
you're gonna do what do
No, I
you?
lied. Well, I bet on Boston College basketball. It's not that I bet for and against them. When I bet for them, they
alright.
get smoked, and when I bet against them, they smoke them. So fuck Boston College. I
Danny, what's
actually
it looking like? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off though.
tell you're good.
For LSU.
I like, and I do like LSU in this game. Dean Thomas is a baller. I like everything he's about. Um, Donald Hand, I'm pretty sure he's been unbelievably inefficient this year. I do like him. I mean, that's kind of why I back Boston College a lot of the times, but he's been woefully inefficient. Fred Payne's stepped up for them. He's looked good in his sophomore. Well, technically it's sophomore year, but he's been in the whatever 3 years. But I'm going to back LSU. Dean Thomas, I trust him more. He's been more efficient. I mean, 33% from three is not great, but yeah, I'm taking LSU on the road.
Yeah.
Boston College is just I can't in my right mind pick them again. Even if they win, I can't.
Yeah. I'm
You want
with
to go,
you.
Danny?
Yeah, I'll go. I'm with you. Boston College blows. This pick's kind of more about anti-Boston College than pro
That's what I'm doing.
LSU. They went winless against two mid-majors. Like I know me and you had Boston College against Davidson, which
Hmm.
was a good pick. And like you said, Don Han, he's been inefficient. But it's not just him. The whole team can't shoot. Like they're shooting 27% from deep on the year, which is just really bad. Which I think looking back, that's what Florida is shooting too. So the defense hasn't been terrible though. Their offense has just been abysmal. So if they can keep it a low scoring game, they have a chance. LSU's strength of schedule, it hasn't been
They
amazing.
haven't played anybody.
Nah, bro.
But
They
yeah,
they
they
played
took
Drake
care
in
of
the fall, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean
they took
Drake and
care of
DePaul, they did
Drake.
take care of both of them.
They
Like
pounced
handily.
DePaul, and if this was like a bigger team, I'd be like I discredit a bit, but is Boston College really better than those teams?
No.
Like, I
Yeah,
don't
I don't
know.
know. DePaul. I mean,
They're
losing to Davidson Tulane. I mean, they lost to CCSU, Central Connecticut.
yeah,
No, I
which
don't.
I
I think
think
they're just not a good
Central
basketball team.
Yeah, and LSU, I think they're gonna get hurt in conference play. They don't shoot too many threes, and I think that lack is gonna hurt them once SEC ball comes right now. But for this game, I'm definitely going LSU.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the same thing. I mean, like I said, like I feel like if you look at LSU, like their stats right now, it's very like skewed. I mean, they're shooting 55% from the field, which is second right now in the nation, which is just like that's crazy. But they haven't played anybody, and like you guys said, I don't think Boston College is a very good team. I think LSU gets it done pretty easily here, but they're definitely due for some like negative regression when they play somebody good.
Yeah. I'll start with this one. NC State at Auburn Wednesday night, which is a fun game. Is NC State ranked right now, or did they get booted
No,
out?
No,
that's
they're
they
not
got to
ranked
take.
right
Yeah,
now.
no, they're not ranked.
Yeah. I was gonna say because NC State, they were my biggest loser during feast week, and one of my biggest concerns for them really came in the light. Darian Williams, he is good, but he has never been the guy before, and I was a little concerned about how he would be like the top priority and expecting to carry a team. Van Allen Lubin did look good, Gavin, your legend, which was big for their front court problem. He still is short though, but he did play well. They need him to play big and not get bullied inside. Paul McNeil is fun to watch. He can light it up, and he is a huge supplementary piece. Auburn, they they beat St. John's. They got killed to Michigan, which I'm really not judging because Michigan killed everyone.
Yeah.
So if you judge those teams too harshly, then you suddenly have a negative view of just about like everyone outside of Michigan. Their defense, what's it called? Auburn's defense outside that game has been pretty good, and their offense has gotten in a groove. We see Tahad Pettiford's getting back to himself, the one we know. So that duo of Pettiford and Hall, it's very dangerous. I think both teams continue their trends, and Auburn wins by a few.
Yeah, I'm on Auburn here too as well. NC State, like before that Seton Hall game, when they lost, I was pretty sold on NC State. I thought they were gonna roll through Seton Hall. They ended up losing. They got a decent, and then they got to bounce back against Boise State. But that's not really saying
They
anything.
should have rolled for Maui.
Yeah,
Like,
and then they pretty much got controlled by. I mean, they got killed. I think in the first half by Texas, and then made a little bit of a comeback. Still ended up losing. Auburn in that game against St. John's, that really surprised me there. I thought St. John's at the end of that first half, I think they were up by 10. I thought they had it in the bag, and then Auburn just came out and just they looked great in that second half. I think they in the second half they beat them by I think they put up 20 more points than them, and it was a great bounce back win after that huge loss. I think Auburn at home too against NC State. I'm taking Auburn here.
Yep, I think all three of us are on Auburn. I think it's safe to say Tahad Pettiford may be back. 27 points in that St. John's game. Much more efficient than normal too, 52% from the field. I like Auburn. I have a thing for Auburn. I always have. Yeah, and like Danny said, NC State is a huge loser during the fact that you lost Seton Hall, just crazy to me. Crazy to me. So I don't really don't have much more to add that you guys haven't said. So I'm on Auburn here, and Dan? Did we say the spread or no?
Torvik has it at 5.9 Auburn.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
I feel like that's right. And yes, I like Auburn personally.
Yeah, and before we go on, I want to confirm something. When was the end of Maui? Was it Wednesday? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so Swain against the front court, like Swain had 14 points and Voki tied. I don't know how to say their center's name, but he had 13 points. He's been good this year, but he sucks. So against a solid front court, they're struggling. So I just want to confirm that
This game's awesome.
Before we get into this, could you check the spread out really quick?
This is
Check the
projected
over-under.
to get. This is projected to go 12.9 to Vandy.
All right, I'm gonna start. Okay, I'll start this off.
Wait, time out. Danny, do they have the over under on that too, or no?
Well, it shows the projected score and the projected spread. It's projected to go 90, 77.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I don't think
90
so, but
77 Vandy.
maybe
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
missing.
I'll start it off. I'm really loving this Vanderbilt team this year. I mean, they've looked great so far. I mean, Duke Miles has really looked amazing
Unbelievable.
so far. I mean, I mean, I like St. Mary's. I think St. Mary's is I mean, they've been a good program, and then they manhandled St. Mary's. I mean, like it was almost by 30. And then they beat VCU by 15. You know, UCF earlier in the season by 12. So SMU will probably be the best team that they've played so far. I mean, SMU's coming off of an overtime win against Mississippi State, which I mean, if you guys know Mississippi State, they're just not a very good team at all. And then I mean, they beat Butler, but you know, Butler was they only beat them by 2, and Butler was winning that game. As far as winner, I think Vanderbilt wins this game 13 by 13. I don't know about that. I might just because I really like this Vanderbilt team, but 13's a lot for me.
Yeah, I'll follow you up. I think I'm on Vanderbilt too to win. 12 or 13 is a lot. I agree. Am I on Vanderbilt to win? Man, like I like this SMU team. I know they won in overtime against Mississippi State. They beat Butler by 2. I really don't mind it. Like Boopy Miller is awesome. So is BJ Edwards, Jaron Pierre. I mean, the list goes on. They have 5 guys averaging double digits. I like what they're about. But Vanderbilt is unbelievable. And shout out Jalen Washington. His minutes have started to uptick. He started scoring more. Tyler Nickel, too, former Carolina kid. Average double digits. Devin McLaughlin, I feel like he's supposed to be better, or at least averaging
Yeah,
more points.
his shooting is
Is
taking a dip
is it
this
been
year.
bad? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
22%. So, coming home after a great feast week, I'm gonna back Vanderbilt here, and I think maybe Devin McLaughlin gets going a little bit more. I'd like to see it at least. But yeah, Duke Miles, he's been a baller, man. But yeah, Vanderbilt it is for me.
Yeah, Vanderbilt's currently ranked 17th, and you cannot name 16 better teams than Vanderbilt right now. I feel like they're underranked, which means in the classic Vandy way, they'll lose this game and totally implode. But like we said, Duke Miles and Tyler Tanner, they are shooting the lights out. And just in general, the whole team's shooting the lights out. They have a lot of guys they've shaped up, like said Tyler Nickel. McLaughlin's going to get back to being himself. I'm pretty confident on that. SMU, you went into it. They're a good team on paper, which is why I'm kind of confused why they went to overtime versus Mississippi State. They're gonna Vandy is a lot better than Mississippi State. So if they show up with that same team, they're gonna get run out of the gym.
Yeah.
Like BJ Edwards, he had an off game. Jaron Pierre struggled from deep, which is something that it's kind of been a theme. So Pierre's going to have to get better from that. Boopy Miller, he's been leading the Mustangs for 2 years now. We saw it last year with his absence. They really struggled, and he's taken even another step. If everyone is like cohesive and like playing together, everyone's on. SMU's going to be a dangerous team. Like
Mhm.
I wouldn't want to. When Duke plays them, I'm sure when UNC plays them, I'm not confident playing SMU and ACC ball
Mm-mm.
because they're they're a good team. Like I like Corey Washington's on that team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Corey Washington too, which it's why it's tough. Like
Where's he
if it's
coming
like
from? Oh,
Corey
Wichita.
Washington, he's Wichita.
Yeah, Wichita, St. Peter's, then Wichita, then yeah.
Yeah, if the line is like near double digits, I'm probably gonna stay away from it just because SMU can make this a game, but
Mhm.
Vanderbilt is so good right now, man. Their offense, it's fourth in Ken Palm.
Yeah,
Like
it's crazy.
it's yeah. Virginia, Texas, which
Ooh, this is interesting.
I can start. Virginia, I was a lot higher on them going into their MTE. They went 1-1, but I did expect more out of them. It's not a shock that DeRitter when he struggled against Butler, it ended in a loss. He has a really tough matchup in Swain though. Swain has been phenomenal. Swain has been phenomenal this year. Malik Thomas, he did what he needed to,
Sorry.
but the rest of the starting lineup, it pretty much did nothing. Like they're gonna need more out of Chance Mowry and Jakari White. They have to get it going from deep. But Texas's front court is just so good. Like, and they have Jordan Pope. He struggled in both their losses, so he's trying to get
Late
it
night
going.
beef.
Yeah, and UNC legend Simon Wilcher, he's taken a big leap.
He's still playing. I feel like he's
It's like his
fucking
junior year.
bro.
I think
Simeon.
I think he did Simeon.
Nah, this is his 4th year of college basketball because he doesn't. He
Did he
played
do?
for Carolina, but didn't play. Or
No,
he
he
just
didn't even go
no, he
to. He
decommitted. That's
decommitted
right.
and
Oh
went
my
to
gosh.
Johnny's.
Yeah, what an asshole. Fuck you. This game is. I have no idea what to do with this game. That was an impressive win for Texas. Yeah, I think Virginia's a little. I think you got into my head a little bit about Virginia. I'm not going to question this too much. I'm not going to look too much into it. I'm going to go with Texas.
Yeah,
Jordan Pope is the GOAT. And that's all I have to say about that. What's the spread on Torvik?
2.8 Texas.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna go Texas. That's all I got to say about that. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't have to go too in depth here. Texas wins this game. I was watching actually the whole entire game. Virginia against Northwestern. Don't know why. But
I think I was too. That was brutal.
Virginia just didn't. They just didn't impress me in that game, if we're being honest. Yeah, Jordan Pope just had a legacy game. Yeah, I like Texas here. They have more ways to win than Virginia.
Yeah. What did Texas lose to Arizona State that first game?
Yes.
Because Odom was absolutely insane. I think I watched the highlights of that game actually last night. Shot to win it. It was unbelievable.
I don't think I saw it. It was a little bit ago.
It was like the first round.
36 points is nuts.
He was bombing, dude. Last but least,
I will start
Mississippi. You got it, Logan.
Why don't you just puke on the screen?
I will start this. Listen,
I can't wait to not watch this game.
I think I've trashed on Mississippi.
Wait, you're gonna watch this over Auburn, NC State? You're crazy.
So I can't wait to not watch this.
No,
game.
why would you watch Auburn, NC State when you can watch this masterpiece of basketball?
I think I've trashed on Mississippi State. That might be the biggest Mississippi State hater there is. But that being said, Mississippi State is going to win this game against Georgia Tech. Yes, I'm on Mississippi State. I think this is going to be a huge Josh Hubbard game. This is just going to be a random game where Josh Hubbard just drops like 40 to 45 points. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, Josh Hubbard has to get the hell out of Mississippi State. And I thought he was a senior, but he's a junior. So he does have one more year, which will be interesting to see because he's just too much of a bucket. Like, unless Mississippi State gets it together and becomes a tournament team. I like the addition of Jaden Epps from Georgetown. He's been pairing up pretty well with Hubbard, but they have to figure something out. Like, they've been really rough. I think did they lose 4 out of the last 5? Was that it? Or something like that. I think they lost 3 out of the last 4. 3 out of the last 4, and that only win was in overtime versus New Orleans, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But I'm also going Mississippi State for the record. But Georgia Tech, Bayandongo, he's one of my favorite guys going into the season, and I just expected more out of him. I feel like he still has yet to take that next step, and their offense is just so below average. Like their front court with Ndongo, I like Mo Silla too, freshman, but that team is. I was very high on Georgia Tech going into the year, and they've been disappointing. I'm going Mississippi State.
Can I not pick this game? Can this not count on my record, please? I mean, I have no, I don't even know. I love Josh Hubbard. He really does need to leave, badly. I don't know. I can't believe he stayed for his junior year. I really thought he was
The
going.
funny thing is, they've been a tournament team. Like we're saying this, like they're like some bottom of the barrel team. Like didn't they literally make
Are
the
they a
tournament?
tournament team, Danny?
Not this year, hell no.
Um,
Well,
I'll take.
until
You know
15
what?
teams got ACC.
I can't in my right mind pick Georgia Tech. I don't know, man. I will not pick this game. I don't want this on my record because this game is disgusting.
Well, if you don't pick, you're taking Mississippi State.
Okay, fine. I'll take Mississippi State. Fine, I'll take Mississippi State. This game just sucks so
It should
bad.
count as half a game.
It should
So
not
we
count on our record.
so outside of the ACC SEC challenge, there's two games go over. Starting with Big Ten. The Big Ten is kicking off this week. They have, I believe, they play a game this week and then a game next week, which is pretty fun. Iowa and Michigan State kick it off on Tuesday night, which is two surging undefeated teams. Does anyone want to start with that?
Logan,
I
do you
mean,
want to? Or
I guess, yeah. I mean, like I said, I mean, they're two very. I mean, Michigan State obviously being the way better team here. I think Iowa's still a very solid team. I feel like I've bet on them a good amount this year, and I mean, they've definitely. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm 3-0 with them this year. Michigan State, I think I faded them twice and lost, which was horrible. I'm not going to make the same mistake here. I think, yeah, I mean, Michigan State. I feel like they're 3-point shoot. I mean, they're just not a great 3-point shooting team. They shoot like I think they shot 10 threes against UNC, and they still won by 20. I'm going to take Michigan State here. I mean, I just really like how they've been playing, and I mean, I don't see that stopping right now, especially at home.
You can go down, but for reference, I believe the spread's 5.5. Michigan
Yeah.
State.
Yeah, I like this Iowa team. I really do. I don't really think Michigan State's going to lose at home though. Coming off a big win against Carolina and a big win like a week and a half ago against Kentucky. Iowa hasn't really beaten anybody to like right. I mean, Ole Miss, cool. Grand Canyon, like okay. Xavier sucks, honestly. So I think they're finally going to show Iowa real bad. I think Michigan State's going to beat them, and I think it does have a chance to get like really out of hand. I hope I'm right on that.
It does have a chance. Ben Sturtz, he's been unreal for Iowa, and they've had a rotation of guys who have been like playing the second guy role, and Cooper Koch, he has tended to find himself there recently. He's a freshman, which is a good sign for Iowa. He's also getting it done on the glass, but as we know, he's going to get tested very heavily against Michigan State's front court. Like Kohler, Carr, and Cooper, they're just so good. I think they dominate inside, and now since the Champions Classic, they're able to shoot the ball, which pretty much cements them in that top tier. Jeremy Fears, he's in my top 5 favorite players to watch.
He's so fun to watch, dude.
I love him. He dishes the ball. He is able to score the ball against UNC, which isn't always there. Like if he's scoring like that and he plays with that type of confidence, like, but it's also hard to say that because if you're dishing the rock at the rate he does, like saying he's not scoring the ball enough is kind of like hypocritical, I feel. But if he's scoring and dishing like that, they're going to be so tough to stop. And the thing is, they're not going to be a team that just bombs away. Like they've been shooting like 40-50% against the good teams. And even against Kentucky, they were red hot. They only shot 22 threes. Like they weren't like just chucking. Yeah, they weren't just chucking it. Like if they shoot 35% from deep in the game and Fears is doing his thing, like I don't really know how you beat them because they're going to be a beast inside, and then you sell out for the paint, and then they hit like 35%, 40 from outside. Like, but Michigan State, I think they're right. I think their demise will come when they go back to Michigan
Old
State
Michigan
and
State when they go back to Michigan State basketball.
they shoot like 20% from three in a tournament game. I think that's eventually where they're gonna fall. But in this particular game, I think they dominate inside. I'm probably gonna take them -5.5 as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good bet.
Yeah. And on to our last game of the night. We have UConn and Kansas, who is honestly closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Well, are you mean you're surprised the spread's this low, or you're surprised that Kansas
Yeah,
figured it out?
it's 2.5, and I've seen a lot of people on social media say they like Kansas. They have been impressed. They have been impressing without Darren Peterson. Their defense looks better. The ball doesn't stick as much. They're moving it around. Like Melvin Council and Trey White, they've had a lot of room to shine, and they've stepped up. They they both just have to work on their efficiency a bit. Like they're both a little inefficient. Melvin Council, he like watch him against Duke. He is lightning fast,
Mm-hmm.
and
He's so quick.
he hasn't found like a great three ball, but he has found a three ball. They went 3-0 in like players era. They knocked off Tennessee. I like them, and Badunga is doing well in the paint, but it's UConn, and UConn's only loss like it's a different animal. UConn's only loss was without Terrace Reed, even though Reed didn't do much against Illinois. Like he still adds so much value to the team besides instead of like Rebe having to start. Solo ball, his three ball has been a little unimpressing this year. He needs to clean that up. Silas Demary, I did not, to be honest. I think Duke was looking at him. I did not really want him, but he knows how to pass the ball and he's scoring well. I have liked him a lot this year. Allen Fieldhouse, just it's a tough place to play. So I think I
I think it's the
understand.
best. It's the hardest place to play in all college.
I agree. It's the toughest place to play, which I guess it's why 2.5. But like we kind of saw with Clemson, do they have the guy who can carry them against UConn? Like, and Terrace Reed, he's going to be pretty good. He's going to hold his own against Badunga. So, like, I think I'm back in the Huskies. But before like I dish it off, I want to say if Kansas does win, though, I think the debate will open up about. It'll be a tough debate about Darren Peterson.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely take it next. It's Peterson. Like, I saw he was like questionable for tomorrow. I don't know if he's playing or not playing. I'm just gonna assume he's not, just because he hasn't.
I
So
don't
there's
think
really,
he is.
yeah. So with UConn being like they're fully healthy now, and I believe when they played Illinois, Illinois was also fully healthy, and they were pretty much in control that whole game. They definitely they could have won by way more than that. Illinois went on like a huge run. I think it was like a 20-2 or like 18-2 run towards the end of the game. So like on paper, like, oh, they won by 13, which is still big. They could have won by like 20 to 30 points. Um, I just like, yeah, Kansas. They just beat Tennessee without Peterson, but UConn's just different. Like they've got, I mean, it's two great coaches right here, but I'm gonna side with UConn here. I think they get this done pretty easily, even at Kansas.
Yeah, I'm different than you guys. I'm going with Kansas. I think you guys are both wrong. Um, Nobody wins in Allen Fieldhouse. I've learned my lesson too many times betting college basketball the past couple of years, betting on road teams and tough environments like this. Um, I think the 2.5 points is actually unfair. I think if anything, Kansas should be favored by a point, but I think it really should be a pick 'em. Kansas has seemed to figure it out. I know it's without Darren Peterson. That's a little weird, but I think I'm going to ride with Kansas. I'm going to take a shot here, plus odds too. Um, I think they got it done. I think they match up pretty well actually with UConn as well. Terrace Reed hasn't been doing what he was doing in the beginning of the year. I know he's been hurt, so he hasn't really
Yeah.
played. But I don't know. Something about Kansas. I think Bill Self wins it. I just don't. This is not a 3-loss team. I don't think Kansas is a 3-loss team this early in the year.
Do you think there's any world where Kansas is better without Darren Peterson?
No,
No.
they just need to gel. I think it was just it's Darren Peterson
Tough,
this, Darren
tough
Peterson
beginning.
that.
Tough
I,
beginning.
tough beginning. I mean, you saw how good they could look.
I mean, they look good for 20 minutes.
I mean, yeah, against Carolina in the first half, they looked great. I mean, they just weren't missing. They were hitting shots. They were playing good defense. Held Carolina under 30. Um, I'm going to take Kansas regardless if Peterson plays. I mean, if he plays, I think that's hopefully should boost them up. But I feel like the other guys maybe now that they played without him, they'll gel a little bit better when he comes back. So yeah, I'll take Kansas. I'll be different.
Yeah, that wraps up our college hoop slate through Thursday. I want to preview the weekend just a little bit.
Yo, real quick, Danny. I know we didn't really look at it, but USC Oregon. USC is only favored by a point at Oregon. I don't know if we wanted to talk
Yeah, I
about that
did
real
that
fast.
because Oregon
Does blow. Yeah, but how is it only a point?
Because it's
I mean,
Oregon.
USC's only beat Troy by 1, Boise State by 3, and Seton Hall by 2.
I'm still going USC, I think.
Chad Baker Mazar is also 40. That always helps.
Yeah, and Rodney Rice is him. So.
And Villanova just went on a run. I'm gonna fucking cry.
But for the weekend, I believe we'll be back like Thursday-ish. We have a big weekend, college football conference championships. Duke is in the ACC championship somehow. But we have college.
75 Duke.
Yeah, we have a really good weekend coming up, like Duke and Michigan State play. I believe Arkansas, Indiana. So we have fun college basketball this weekend, college football, conference championships, and we have a really good UFC card, which we'll have a special guest for that. I'm sure Logan is all excited to preview that, maybe keep his hot streak going. So that we'll see you next time, and thanks for tuning.